Hey y'all, so my name is Sherry, and so the message today to my royal family is going to be about stepping out on faith, which is I just had this fresh experience, so I want to go ahead and get it out and encourage people while it's fresh within me. And so I wanted to start with so there's this animal, and it's an African impala. So to me, it looks like a deer, but they call it an impala. I guess they're the same. Don't know. Don't test me right now. Somewhat smarter than fifth grader. I don't know. So anyway, so it's this African impala. And the African impala, I believe that they can cover ground up to 7 to 10 feet when they jump. However, the African impala will not jump where they cannot see where their feet is going to land. So zoos are able to keep these animals within a 3 feet fence because they're not going to jump that fence because they cannot see where their feet is going to land. You see where I'm going with this? So I had been led recently to move to Florida from Texas, and here's the thing. It wasn't so much about that I didn't have faith to go. It was much that it was so much as to do with I didn't want to leave. So stepping out on faith will have you walk into something that you don't know what's ahead of you. You are walking literally side by side. You're walking in the Lord and with the Lord. However, you don't really know what's ahead of you. What we do know is, because the Lord has said that He has plans to prosper us, He has plans that will not harm us, and His plan is to give us a hope in the future. So we do know that these plans are in His will and they're not to harm us. However, we just don't know what that is ahead of us, and it can be scary if we're honest with ourselves. However, stepping out on faith is such a beautiful experience. What it does for me, what it has done for me, which I believe that it does for a lot of people, it strengthens your trust within Him, because your trust is not of yourself, because you cannot predict the future. You don't know what's ahead of you. God does, because He's the Alpha and the Omega. He's the beginning and the end. So He knows what's ahead of you. And it's so crazy. I'm going to take a break right there. It's so crazy that we would not trust the one who's the Alpha and the Omega anyways. The one that knows the beginning and the end anyway. So if He says go, then clearly there's something on the other side of that we need to be walking into. It's just that we got trust issues, right? So that's one thing that I pray for all of us and myself, that we learn to trust the Lord. Because as you learn to trust the Lord, it's easier to step out on faith. It's easier to just believe that He says go and go. Without like any hesitation of kicking back and saying, no, that ain't for me. So that's one thing. So when I stepped out on faith, I literally came from Texas to Florida with nada. I have still, because this is still new to me, I have a little bit of money in my possession, and I had no job and no place to live. Well, recently I had an interview with an airlines company Wednesday, and I haven't heard back from them. However, the next day, I had an interview with, because I just kept applying. I had an interview with this company. I got hired same day with benefits. Hello. I was like, okay, Lord, I see you. So literally, Monday I left Texas. Tuesday I'm in Florida. Wednesday I interview with the company. Haven't heard back from them yet. Thursday I interview with another company, and I get hired on. What? When I say I serve a God who goes before you and prepares the way, if He did it for me, this is the point of telling our testimonies. If He did it for me, then He will do it for you. So I want to encourage you, step out on faith. Like, don't be like the African impala, where you're not going to take that leap of faith. You're not going to step out on faith because you don't know where your feet are going to land. Believe me when I say this. If God is for you, then who can be against you? Rewind. If God is for you, then what can be against you? What are you afraid of? If God is for you, He takes care of His children. When I say that He prepares the way, He puts the puzzles together for you. So when you walk, those things are already prepared for you to sit down at the table and take and eat your meal. So I want to encourage you guys. I want to encourage everybody, because it's fresh up on my heart, you guys. that we are not here to be African and Impalas. We are here to be the royal family of God. And we have a God that is on our side, that is the Alpha and the Omega, that who is the beginning and the end, who goes before us and he prepares the way, who loves his children, and he will take care of us every step of the way. So I encourage you guys, step out on faith. If the Lord is speaking to you about anything, just do it. Like Nike said, just do it and enjoy Christ every step of the way. It's a beautiful experience. Talk to him through it, walk with him through it, just rest at his feet in it, and just enjoy that peace that passes all understanding, and let the joy of the Lord be your strength to continue to walk on in him. Wherever he leads you, right? If Spirit leads me where my trust is without borders, right? If he's leading you there, he's leading you. So where your trust is without borders, where you're just like a child just walking with him. Yes, Papa, where are we going today? That's what we want to be. We want to be some yes, Papa children, don't we? So I encourage you guys not to be like the African Impala, but to be like some yes, Papa, where are we going children. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and bless you guys until next time, to my royal family in Christ Jesus. I love you guys. Bye.
Doesn't matter what the problem. God, work it. Yeah, any type of situation. He